going on, people? Welcome to the player rating show at cold Old Trafford after Manchester United have drawn 2-2 to Leeds United earlier on in the evening. Let's get straight into it. Disappointing, but David De Gea, could he have done anything about the goals? How do you assess his performance?
The first goal, I don't think he could have done much about. There was a free kick. His position could have been a little bit better.
Second goal's an own goal.
Second goal's an own goal. Yeah, nothing to do with that. In the big key moments, I think done a long kick away when he just hold it. Rush in the play a little bit. Standard six.
Standard six. Yeah, I don't, because Leeds didn't pepper it. He didn't actually have a save to make, did he? Like a normal save. They did no.
Average 6, I'd say.
Yeah,
6 don't have much to do, to be honest.
I think that's fair. Fair. I do a couple of moments distribution wise. He always usually is that, but the other one was just through overexcited. Like we were at 2-2 and he just wanted to get it going so quick and just chill. But I think a flat 6 is fine. Diogo Dalot, first game back.
5. I don't think Ten Hag should have played him. Ten Hag should have played Wan-Bissaka. It's his first game back, and obviously he was a bit woeful. Like he wasn't making enough tackles. He was just giving the ball away a lot. Me, average 5.
Was that because it's his first game back, a little bit rusty? Gets an assist though.
Yeah.
Rashford, I'm sure he gets the assist.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Him or Bruno.
It's Dalot.
Yeah. So you got to consider that. I think you got to throw that in there as well for sure. But it did look a little bit underwhelming. First game back for sure as well. It's standard 6. I'm not going to be too excitable about it. 6.
Yeah, I think he will know that. It is his first game back, Unless we've got that wrong. You've got to remember, guys, we've only seen things once. We've been in this here. So if it wasn't Dalot and it was Bruno, then, maybe it is a 5. But I think because he gets the assist, which I'm sure he did, I think it just bumps up to a 6. But yeah, he was rusty.
I just watched it back. I think he did come back.
Yeah. So he was rusty. I don't think it was his best game. But I think a 6 is fair. The Rolls Royce, the Wraith, the Ghost, the Phantom gets an own goal today. Couple of little shaky moments. I can't be biased because he's my guy. Nearly made up for it and won us the game with a header. Yeah. He stepped forward a lot with the ball because he had a lot of the ball. Some wayward passes, some okay passes between the lines. I've got to give him a 5, I think.
Honest.
And that's coming from me. I love him. Or was it a 6? Nah, I don't know. I'm going to say a 5. He conceded an own goal as well. Couldn't do much about it, but that's what I'm going to go.
This is Varane's performance today. I don't think I've seen this before. Again, a 5. Didn't really. He was a lot shaky. Like he lost the ball, gave the ball away a lot of times. 5, I think, sits about right. I haven't seen this performance from him, to be honest.
It was almost like a bit of a shaky Varane, like from last season, a bit like sometimes.
Yeah, no, I agree with this because we've got the Varane standard so high now. Yes. We're so used to this, so then this is completely alien to his normal performances. I agree with you guys. 5.
Yeah. Martinez.
6, 7.
Okay.
6 or 7. I'm gonna go with a 6.
Okay.
An average 6. Again, defensive wise, okay. You know what it is for us? It's like the defense. We got to try and push up all the time, but we kind of saw the United today where when they were trying to attack, we got to the halfway line, but they just coming back, giving the ball to De Gea, distributing it, losing the ball, Leeds attacking. It was just like the kind of same United that we saw. But a 6 for me sits perfect for him, to be honest.
I'm going to give him a 7. Still had the onus to play and create as always. You obviously had mentioned, his DNA, his Ten Hag DNA. Wants to draw players close into him and distribute the pass, buying his teammates time. Was doing that very well. Heavy tackles. Love the way he tackles against opponents. 7.
Yeah, I'd go over 7. I think there was some good... Yeah, you've been overruled. Yeah, some good crunching tackles. Ones that if he got wrong, were penalties, but he didn't. One on Bamford, where actually Bamford went through him, but again, just solid and robust, came out the better side of that. And just his progressive passing, I know they're easy passes to make when Luke Shaw's high up the pitch and but just the weight of it, he just fizzes it in nice and quick. And defensively, I think he was quite sound. But yeah, I'd go over 7. Left back, Luke Shaw.
Wasn't in the game as much as I would have liked him to have been, and effective in the final third. I think that's where he's really, really good. Today, a standard 6. I'm not going to really say nothing.
I'd agree with 6. He put one on Bruno's head as well, which Bruno should have done a lot better with. Defensively, I think he was okay. I wouldn't say he was poor defensively, but again, I think that bit there about wanting him to be on the ball more. I think when Sancho came over to his side, he had more to work with, and the angles were good. And I think actually in the second half he was quite good in helping us progress forward, helping us, little interchanges and getting into the box. But I think a 6 is fair.
6 is fair. For me, I didn't see Luke Shaw in the game that much, to be honest. I didn't see him. Again, he had that one chance where he gave to Bruno, but I really didn't see him in the game. But 6 is kind of sits fine for me.
Flat 6, yeah. I mean, 6 isn't great. It's kind of average, isn't it? Really, let's face it. Let's go into midfield. Let's go into midfield. Pastor Fred.
I mean, he's been very, very good the last 3 games. I think he's been really good, guys, contributed in all 3 of the games. But today, the key moments all fell to him, in the first half at times, in the second half for sure, 3 or 4 of them, a tame shot that was saved, caught with both hands.
Giving the ball away.
Cut back from Sancho. He had a lot of opportunities really to affect the game. We was asking a lot from him, but I'm going to give him a 4, really, really low from the level from him today.
Yeah, I agree with a 4. I know we can say, he played a 0, it was absolutely disgraceful, but I think out of respect to, he has been putting in a shift, and we've got no midfield options. But even though we still have to base it off the 90 minutes, so, you have to grade it off what you see, but I feel comfortable with a 4. I think it was really below par, and,
I was going to say 3.
All 3, yeah.
I was
3 or 4.
Very, very low 3. That performance from Fred just shows you how much we miss Casemiro. With the tackles flying in from him, the interceptions. 3 for me, but Fred was poor. It was really poor.
I agree. I'm playing with a new partner in Sabitzer as well. They've never played together in that role, and you could tell. It was almost like they were doing their own thing. They weren't kind of playing as a unit, were they? So a 3/4. Let us know which one you think for Fred. Either way, he didn't have his best game, did he? He had a really poor game. Sabitzer.
I'm gonna go with a 7.
Really? Okay.
I'm gonna go with a 7. I liked him, man. Like it was quality, man. Like he had one shot where he nearly got top bins.
Yeah,
I was praying that was going. Yeah. He had a couple of shots on target, which is amazing to see. Again, tackles flying in. 7 sits perfect for me. I think 7.
I'm gonna go a lot less. I'm gonna go 5, I think.
Wow.
And it's a
completely different here.
Yeah. So yes, the first half was good. The left-footed shot, really good, and very busy in that first half. I just think in the second half, a few misplaced passes from him as well. Couldn't really get into the game as much. I'm not sure if he gets subbed. But again, I think
he did later on.
Yeah, he got subbed later on. But him playing in the 6, I think, nullified his offensive abilities a bit more. Had to really break lines and push all the way forward to get involved in the forward play. Again, that's down to Casemiro not being there. I think he's more effective and higher up the pitch, in the 8 position. But I'm going to give him a 5. I'm giving Fred a 4. I don't think he was much better. So 5.
I think... Could I go in the middle at a 6?
I'm going to go with a 7 because I think he's just there. Like he's always there, created a lot. For me, he was the best player on the pitch. For me, in my opinion. Obviously, I don't know. Obviously, you might have different views, but I think he was the best player on the pitch. Because I saw a lot of him. I'll go with a 7. I'm sticking with a 7.
Okay, so sticking with a 7 here. You're going with a 5. Do I just balance out and go with a 6? Because honestly, I was thinking just a flat 6. Couple of little moments from him where he had that volley that you kind of good technique he's got of striking the ball, puts that over. The shot that was just wider than near post. Then he has the left foot shot that forces the save. Couple of transition, had to make a few fouls. Did okay in possession, a couple of switches. I think a 6. I actually think he actually did play a 6, to be fair. But let us know, is it a 5? Is it a 7? Is it a 6? Bruno.
Again, everything, good from Man United today. And key moments was coming through him, setting Rashford away a lot of the times really well. Good technique on a lot of these through balls through the lines. Really, really good player Bruno is on it when he's on his game.
Laying on chances,
but a key moment just towards the end of the game with the header, then a little volley moment. Gonna give him maybe a flat 6, pushing maybe to a 7. He's one of my favourite players in the team, but it doesn't excuse the kind of lack of grabbing.
First goal comes from him as well.
Yeah, the first goal does come from him. You know what? A 7. I'm gonna give him a 7, but it's a weak 7, not really.
No, I mean the first goal where we conceded.
Yeah, he loses the ball.
Yeah, in like minute 2.
Yeah,
and I'm not trying to make you mark him down. I'm just giving you the whole.
You're right, but we were caught sleeping. In those moments, so many Leeds bodies coming in there, and he was just dwelling on the ball a bit too much. You're right. you're right. You know, I'm gonna give it a 6. Stay with the 6.
Okay.
And a strong 6 though. I would prefer to give him a 7, but a strong 6, and needs to do a bit more if we want to win these kind of games.
Would you go with that?
I'm gonna go with a 6.
Okay. Yeah.
Most of our chances are kind of created from him.
Yeah.
I see a lot of that in the ball, and even when he kind of loses the ball, you see that frustration from Bruno. He wants to get the ball
Always
back.
working, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you see his work. You can see the work rate. He's always pushing up, making sure he's trying to get the ball. 6 sits perfectly for me, I'd say.
Okay. Into the front line, Garnacho.
6. I'm gonna go with a 6. My worst kind of fear for Garnacho is his decision making. Like we see him push forward up in the wings, but then it's just like, you know, you got the opportunity to pass the ball. For example, I think he had one shot at the end or the start where Weghorst was like calling for the ball.
Yeah,
and
the one where he went round the keeper and
I get it, you want a goal and stuff. But Weghorst is calling for. He's free. It would have made it 1-1, and then momentum could have changed for our side personally. Garnacho probably a 6 for me.
I don't know. I'm gonna give him a 5. Strong 5 though. You know, first half was really good, aggressive with the football, and that's maybe his best attribute. 1v1s, you know, taking on players. Second half, I didn't really see him much. Once he goes onto the right, similar to a bit of how Rash was, I didn't see him as much. So I'm gonna give him a 5, maybe 6.
I'm gonna go with a 6 because I feel like it's another reminder of how young he is and how raw he is and why we can't overgas him. We have to just be patient. It's another reminder why Ten Hag is still, you know, remember the big game against Arsenal when everyone was like, just throw him in, just put him on. You know, maybe the cameo would have worked. I don't know, but I'm just saying there's little moments there, the decision making, like you're saying, because he's young, he's really, really raw, and that's fine. But there's other bits that get you off your seat where he's roasting Ayling, you know, and he's making things happen, making good runs, went round the keeper, good composure, and steadied himself for the shot. But you know, on a different day it goes in, but maybe on a different day he takes the other option and passes it. So I think he was engaging, but then just the decision making wasn't always there. And then the second half goes to the right hand side, nothing. And then obviously had to get hooked. So yeah, a 5 I see why, but I also see why of a 6. So I'm going to go over 6 to give him the benefit in terms of big game at home. You know, we're down 1-0. And the ball keeps going to that side, which is why Rashford, we didn't even see him in the first half because everything come down the left. So it's like, you got to go at Ayling. It's on you, young son. Let's go, bro. Let's go. And he tried. He was trying, and some really good moments, you know, cut in a couple of times. Had that shot where he took a touch behind him from Bruno, put it just wide. Stuff was coming from him.
Yes.
And I think when he didn't quite go his way, it just started to fade. And Ten Hag, again, great management, taking him out at the right time. So, okay, I'll go over 6. Let's quick it up a little bit now. Rashford.
7. You know, he has got high standards. Would want to give him an 8, but if I'm marking him to those high elite standards, ghosted a little bit in the first half. Only had the real massive shot in the end, which got blocked, and then obviously second half really good goal. 7. Yeah,
I agree with that. 7. He keeps his scoring run going. He's just having the season of his lifetime. It's his 20th goal of the season, or something.
He needs to keep his momentum going. And I probably don't want to say this. I don't want to jinx it, but it's I don't want him to get injured. I don't want him to do that.
I won't touch him, I promise.
This is where I kind of have that fear and that worry that if he gets injured, what's going to happen? Because we'll have Anthony and Sancho on the wings, but that's not. So look, as long as he keeps scoring, staying fit, doing his thing, keeps training hard, eats well, he'll be alright, man.
Eats well, love that. Yeah, it's true. Look after himself, man.
I'm telling you, this season compared to last season, it's a lot different.
Yeah,
we saw a Rashford that had his head down, you know, wasn't in his right state of mind, but come this season, it's all changed.
7's all round. I definitely agree with that. Weghorst.
If I'm giving Fred a 4, I'll match it. Maybe a 5, but no, it should be a 4. I mean, as soon as Ten Hag takes him off the pitch, you know, and relieves him of that pressure, the game changes, and he's really just not the quality. You can see it now a little bit. This is not the quality required to be at the club. I still haven't seen him have 3 or 4 shots on target in a game of football. 4.
I was gonna say 3.
Wow.
I was gonna say 3. I was gonna say 3 because he was just absent in the game. You know, Rashford scoring a header in the box. It's like Weghorst is our striker. You know, Weghorst should be in them positions to score those headers, but he's getting someone else to do his job for him. I get it. He's obviously coming. He's done a couple of games, but it's not good for him. For me, Fred and Weghorst lost us the game.
What? I'm
I'm gonna stick with that.
Fair enough. Not gonna try and convince you to change it. I think it's harsh on Weghorst. I feel like Weghorst is, you know, there to do a job for us and be available and fill a void. Are we necessarily playing to his strengths? Maybe not. Did he impact the game? not much. I agree with that. I'm not saying he played well. I would just go over flat 5, just very meh. I wouldn't go under that. I feel like because he's just available for us and he's there, and he is a couple of times he's bringing the ball down well. He's transitioning well. I'm just not seeing him involved though. It's like we're not really looking for him. We're not really playing through him. We're not playing off him. He's not making runs in behind. Yeah, there's not really much presence. So I just feel a bit bad for him marking him down to a 4. But I can see why you're saying that. You're not moving on that. Fair enough. What did you go with?
4.
You went for 4. I might vote so. Yeah, so 3. Yeah.
I wish Martial was in his position.
Of course. Oh, of course.
I get it.
But bro, the guy can't stay fit. Yeah. At least we've got a striker there. He's there.
You know what?
Vehicle is there, bro. You can't bring Martial into this.
But again, if Martial's there as our striker, he needs to be.
We're way better with him, of course. But what can you do? You ain't there.
This summer, they need to spend big.
And they will.
I don't
for
care.
A striker.
They spend more than Chelsea or up to Chelsea, but they need to spend big. You know,
we need a forward. We need the striker. Vehicle is the stopgap, and that's why I feel a little bit like I know it's on 90 minutes, but I just don't want to rain down on him. Right, let's get to the subs. That's where it gets interesting. We'll wrap up. Jadon Sancho.
7. You know, good to see him back. Goal in the important moment. Nearly had a goal and assist. 7.
Got a goal. Top performance coming off. Yeah, he did score. Not nearly got a goal. He did score.
Oh yeah. Well,
he saved us a game.
Yeah. 7. Nearly assist. Sorry. Nearly assist. 7.
Yeah.
High 7. He's done a 7. Good job. Came on again. It's great to see Sancho back. Scored a goal. You know, the smile on his face. And it's a big difference. He's a big difference for us. So 7.
Palestri.
Worked hard. He tried.
Yeah.
I want to give him a 6.
Okay.
6. His work rate. He's always wanted to look for the. I feel like his attitude compared to Garnacho's is a lot different. But for me, 6 is where I stand with him.
Yeah, I think that's fair. He was on not long, but won a couple of fouls, relieved the pressure, worked hard, and he just played a simple game, you know, to try and, you know, bed himself in. Do you agree with 6? Or?
Yeah, I would go 5.
5, okay, fair enough.
Simple game, 5.
Yeah, and Lindelof, are we going to say flat 5? Came on, you know, had to calm the game down a little bit, a couple of little neat touches, but, you know, the game was pretty much over by then. There's your player ratings. Let us know if you agree or disagree. Obviously, it's a disappointing night. Should the marks be lower because we didn't win the game, because we, you know, conceded silly goals? Or should they be a bit higher because we fought back into the game? Let us know what you guys think. Smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace.